Okay, guys, it's gonna be time for the Sun Gohan spoilers from the yellow set. So the what the leader does is on your first turn, you can actually use the ability to get a +1. Much like the old Icarus leader back in the day, this leader lets you look at the top 5 cards and add any Saiyan or Earthling, both with the yellow and an energy cost of 4 or less. So this basically means that you can also look for your super combo because the Krillin here is an Earthling, and so that means you can search for it. The only thing you can search for is the Krillin here, and not the SCR. If it could search the SCR, that would be kind of good. So yeah, anyways, it searched for the Krillin. You can also search for any Saiyan. So this is a Saiyan that I also play too. That can also clear any of the rest mode battle cards that ignoring barrier, assuming you have 4 more energy. In addition to that, if you do have 3 Gohans amongst your Z energy and your energy, you can awaken this leader. Draw 2, take life until you have 6, and then flip it on the backside. On the backside here, you can discard a yellow card from your hand when it does declare an attack, and then draw 2 cards. This is not a once per turn effect, so I haven't found any cards that can restand this particular leader yet. But if you could do that, you can reuse the ability to draw 2 cards again when it does declare an attack. Also, it does have the ability to pay 1 yellow energy to play a Unison Son Goku from your drop into rest mode with a marker on it. This is also going to be a spirit boost leader, so using old mechanics such as spirit boost to be able to use certain skills to be able to pretty much take advantage of that. So here we have the ability to spirit boost and allows you to basically reduce the Z awakening cost of your Z leader, which is going to be the Gohan power of a rampaging great ape. It does reduce the cost of it by 1, so this way you can only have to pay the 2 Z energy and that's it. If you look over here, it does cost 2 Z energy, but it would cost a yellow energy normally. But your leader on the backside reduces the cost of this to 0. So this way you have to pay the 2 Z energy to play this guy. So it allows you to generate a +1 on this side without having to declare an attack. So theoretically, you can declare an attack on this side to draw 2 cards, and then when you Z awaken into this, you can use this ability to bottom deck basically a Sun Gohan ape to the bottom of your deck and draw a card. This allows you to switch it back to active mode and then removes it from the game at the end of the turn, which is why I played 3 copies of it. So in the event that I want to go into multiple copies of this, so that's kind of the 20k body. Let's go into the strategy of the deck. So the strategy of the deck is you basically want to play this as soon as possible because it's gonna make it so that all of your Gohans that are basically apes are allowed to be EX evolve for 1 yellow energy. So to play out the 1 drops, you can use the Unison here, the Father's Care, which allows you to play the Gohans from the drop area with the skills negated. It's a markup ability, so at least you'll have 2 markups by the time you play this card. So you never want to really pay the 2 energy to play this particular Unison. You're going to be using the backside of your leader to pay it for 1, and by using this ability, you can put this card in rest mode, use the markup ability, play the youth, and then with the Powerball out there, you can actually EX evolve all these apes. There's 3 different ones. Let's go into them. So the first one is going to be the Rampaging Calamity. It has barrier, and it also lets you pretty much has a deadly defender ability where battle cards and unisons can attack your leader as long as this card is in rest mode. It also allows you to combo a card when it does declare an attack from your drop area. So that's really nice, but it can also restand itself using the ability to pay 1 yellow energy, spirit boosting 1, so 2 requirements, and limit 1, and you're able to restand this guy and attack again for another 20, assuming you have a yellow card with a 5k combo in your drop area again. So that's pretty useful. You can also use this ability to combo a card for your drop area without Z charging. So if you do have the ability to restand him and you don't have another card in your drop area, just place the card that you combo back into your drop area rather than Z charge it. So that's the Raging Calamity. The other one is this one, the Menacing Transformation. It's a double strike 20k, and when it's played, you get to choose one of your opponent's cards in rest mode and KO it. Another good skill, but you can also return one of your higher dragons back to your hand after you use his ability in rest mode. So the higher dragons, we'll go into real quick. So the higher dragon, one of the higher dragons out of the set, is helping Son Gohan. You can free play this guy in limit 1, and then you get to put it in rest mode, and then give one of your Gohans plus 5k power for the turn. So that means that you can play it for free, rest it, give one of your apes a +5 boost, assuming it has any sort of skill. So this has dual attack, for example. This has double strike. When you do that, it gives a 5k power for the turn, and then you can return it back to your hand using the menacing transformation or even this one, and then it goes back in your hand for combo power, which is really nice. The other card that another higher dragon you can play, it's a promo out of the set, lets you rest this guy and then look at the top 5 cards for your deck. Look for a basically an ape, Sun Gohan. This allows you to get a +1 and then put it back to your hand after you play it. So really nice little skill. I probably would max out more copies of this one than this one, but this one gives you +5k power. So it might be better in terms of card advantage as opposed to this one. The other unisons I play is the SS2 Gohan, really classic. You can empower 3, and then it allows you to basically get more attacks in, triple attack, because you can use it in tandem with this one. The card that came out of this set, that's a yellow floodgate. I believe you guys already know what it does. You can play this guy for 1 energy on the counterattack step, and then whenever it's played, your opponent has to pretty much send a card in rest mode to the drop area, including energy if they want to, in order to declare an attack. So that's kind of interesting. And also, when it's on your turn, if it is ever switched to rest mode by one of your skills, draw 1 card. So this is meant to be used for the Bardock crew leader, where they rest Bardocks, and then he just restands himself. The Turles, the crushing power. This is one of those cards that allow you to play the Powerball for free, assuming that you are able to pay the 1 energy for him. He is really good in the early game, but after the early game, he's not so great because all it does is look for the top 5 cards for your Gohan, and then it just reduces the cost of the power mimic ball. So you're basically paying 1 anyways because you get a body. That's the only difference. And then we'll talk about the Piccolo here. This Piccolo here can negate an attack and allows you to play it for free, assuming you're at 4 or less life. And yeah, and then when it comes into play, activate battle, you can also use the ability to choose one of your Gohan cards that are youth, and it gets +5k power for the battle. So really nice. I think we went through all of them. The promo I also play is only one copy of this. It's 2 energy. You can play it on 3 energy, and then you're able to pretty much choose 2 of your opponent's battle cards, not necessarily in rest mode. It negates their skill until the end of their next turn, and then your opponent can attack with skillless battle cards. So it has a really interesting skill where it prevents your opponent from attacking with skillless cards. And so if you're negating a battle card on your opponent's side, they won't be able to attack with that until the end of their next turn. And then one of the unisons that you do play out of your Z deck is the Kaioken Unleash. You'll probably never actually use them in a game, but when you do, it does have the Empower 2, and then it allows you to KO all of your opponent's cards in rest mode. So a lot of your little cool skills there. It also allows you to, on your opponent's turn, when they do declare an attack, you can choose one of your opponent's battle cards and get skills for the battle. So really interesting there, but I definitely don't think it's that useful. So most likely you won't be able to have to play it. We haven't talked about the +0 ability. It does draw you a card and then switch one of your opponent's battle cards to rest mode. We do play the 2 Prideful Transformation, as yellow is one of the few colors that has the counterplay that was not nerfed or limited, so we don't have to worry about too much. I forgot about talking about the ape. The ape here is the SR that comes out of the set. It does draw you a card when it comes into play, so you can EX evolve for 1 and then draw a card. And it allows you to choose 2 of your opponent's battle cards and unisons. And then they can be switched to active mode until the end of the next turn. So this means that it's kind of like a good time magic, because even if they find ways to restand those cards, they still can't because it is locked. That's pretty much it. If we want to talk about the 1-drops, the 1-drop is pretty basic. The cool things about these 1-drops is that you can combo it from underneath an ape, assuming that you do EX evolve on top of them. Of course, this one just does go to the top 5 for a Saiyan or a Unison or an Earthling. Both with the energy cost of 4 or less, and then with this one, it's a basic draw 1 card. So you're going to need these cards to start off the game, so you at least want to keep one of them in your opening hand. And I believe that's all we have. The Z deck for Oolong, you do need one more 1-drop that can be paid, so you need to play this guy or Hercules, because he's a 1-drop 1 Z energy, so you can just play him out, so you can send the Gohans from the Z energy to the drop, so that you can subsequently revive them using the Father's Care. So yeah, that's kind of the strategy there. So that's why you play the Hercules. That's all the reason why you play it. Other than that, he does have barrier, so that's kind of nice. But yeah, let's go into the gameplay video after this segment in a few seconds. All right, now for the gameplay video, we're going to draw our 6 cards here. We do want to open up with at least one of the Sun Gohan 1-drops. But we also need other Gohans as well so that we can awaken. So because we only have one Gohan here, we're going to need to find ways to find the other Gohans. So we just need one more Gohan. So we're probably gonna mulligan away this Gohan here, SR, the Unison. We're probably gonna keep this one so that we could at least play a Unison on our next turn. So yeah, this is a Gohan. This is a Gohan. We're gonna put away these, and including the super combo as well. Our leader is able to look for Gohan too, so that's going to be useful. We're going to place out our life here, and we're going to start off the turn here. So in order to make sure that we have the Gohans in our energy, we're going to charge this Gohan here, and then we're going to pay the 1 energy to play the Gohan, and then draw a card. And then we're going to use the top 5 ability here to look at to look for a Gohan, so that we can have one more Gohan, so that we can clear the awakening condition. Looks like we didn't draw any Gohans, but we can add the super combo Krillin to our hand. So hopefully we are able to draw the Gohan on the next turn. Otherwise, we'll have a hard time awakening. On our opponent's turn, we're going to Z-charge this Gohan here, put in our Z energy, and then we're going to take our turn again. We want to charge the Gohan here because at least we can fulfill the awakening condition as fast as possible. So now we're going to look at the ability, look at the top 5 cards here, and then hopefully we can find a Gohan as well. Looks like we did find an Ape Gohan. We don't have another Ape Gohan in our hand, so we're going to add this one to our hand. Okay, now we can awaken here. We can pretty much flip the cards to the backside, draw 2, and then we're going to add life until we have 6. So off to a good start so far. Now what we're going to do is attack with the leader here, use the ability to discard our Unison, Goku here, and then draw 2. And then this allows us to play the Unison after the attack ends. We're going to use the ability here to pay the 1 yellow energy to play the Father's Care Unison from our drop area, coming in with 1 marker in rest mode. Okay, we need to put this Gohan in the drop area so that we could pretty much play it out for free using the +1 ability. So what we're going to do here is pay the 1 energy. Since we didn't open up with the Raditz, we're going to pay the 1 energy here to send the Gohan to the drop, and then we are going to play the Powerball. All right. Then we're going to use the +up ability of our Goku, and then we're going to play the Gohan in active mode. The skills are negated, so we won't be able to do much with that. So yeah. So on our opponent's turn, we are going to probably lose a marker. We can also slip a card underneath the Father's Care so that we have another marker. So it's harder to get rid of. I imagine that they're gonna go for him because they don't want to make Gohan go to 4 life. So best case scenario, the Unison dies, but they're probably gonna waste 2 attacks on him and then get him down to 1. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's assume that he did survive the attacks, and then we're gonna take the turn again. And we draw our SCR here. We can charge our Gohan since we already have one on the board. So from here, we do have the Powerball now, so now we have the Ape. So that's what we're going to do here. We're going to pay the 1 energy to EX Evolve into the Ape here, and this is going to allow us to KO an opponent's card, a battle card in rest mode. So assuming they use battle cards to actually go after the Father's Care, you can actually KO it. So really nice little skill there. From there, you're going to swing for 25 or 20k. You can use the ability to Spirit Boost, but we're not going to do that yet. So we're going to, first things first, we're going to attack with the leader first, and then that's going to allow us to discard a Gohan. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to discard a Gohan, draw 2 cards, and then now we have 2 extra cards that we can use. Using our markup ability, we're going to use the Goku here to plus up, and then it allows us to play the Goku here. So after the Goku is played, or the Gohan is played, then we have an extra target that we can EX Evolve on top of. We're going to attack with this guy, and then pretty much do that. Then we can pay the 1 energy here to play another Ape. So we're going to play this Ape here, and then this allows us to basically, when this card swings, we can actually combo with this using the Spirit Boost ability. So we're going to combo this and place this on our Z energy, which is nice, and then that's that. And then we can pay the 1 energy here to play the Gohan Ape here, and then when he does declare an attacking combo with something from your drop area, we can do that. So let's do that. We're going to attack here for 1, and then use the Spirit Boost to combo the Gohan from underneath. So this way we have pretty much the 2 needed to put in the Z energy here. Okay, cool. So now that should be our turn. We could pay the 1 energy here to play the Goku Unison again. We could, but we only have 1 energy, so I imagine the 1 energy is not going to be too useful. So what we're going to do here is pay the 1 energy to play the Goku here in rest mode. And then we can actually use his ability to draw a card without actually marking it up. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to draw 1 card, and then this allows us to pay 1 energy to draw a card, basically. So that's pretty nice here. So this ability is really nice because by playing this guy for only 1 energy, you can use it +0 to draw a card. So really nice. So So our opponent's turn, they have to attack this guy because they can't attack unisons. So this guy's going to be blocking the unison attacks. So they're going to have to clear this guy before they can clear this guy. Most likely it's going to be easy to clear this guy because he only has 15k after all. So it's not too hard. So they're going to clear this guy. He's going to probably go to the drop area. And then they're probably going to go after the unison because if they leave the unison out there, the unison can keep getting markers. So, and then we have the 20k base stat right here. Yeah, and then most likely they might clear it using a skill, so they'll clear this guy, and we'll still have the Powerball at the end of the turn. On our next turn, we do have the draw, so we do have the pickle here. Let's try to charge a Gohan. Okay, so now we have no Gohans that are 1-drops in our drop area, so we do have to find a way to put these in the drop area, and the best way to do so is play the Oolong. Let me see here. So what we can do here is pay the 1 energy to play the Father's Son, the Father's Care. Father's Care is going to come in with 1 marker, and then we can use this ability to play a Gohan if we had a Gohan. So what we're going to do here is, I guess we could just hard cast this one to look at the top 5 cards, so we don't actually have to pay for a Z extra card. So we're going to add a ape here. We can add this ape here so we can protect our unison from being attacked, and then we can pay the 1 energy to EX evolve into this ape here, and this ape is going to allow us to pretty much KO or lock our opponent's battle cards and then attack with it. We could use a plus up ability after. Let's use this +0 ability to draw a card, and then from here we can actually use the Spirit Boost here to combo this Gohan here, and so we can have 2 in our 3 in our Z energy. We'll leave the 1 energy up for the Nimbus. So let's say we declare an attack here. We send off the Gohan. I guess we could have sent the Gohan without actually playing. So let's do that instead. Discard this Gohan, draw 2, and then use the ability here instead of drawing to pretty much put the Gohan into play as opposed to drawing. And then this is going to allow us to have 2 markers so that we don't lose the body in play. So yeah, the order matters here. So we're trying to speedrun this as fast as possible. Let's discard a Gohan so that we can play it next turn, and then that allows us to protect the turn so that we don't die. Then let's talk about turn 5 here. Okay, so it's now 5 energy. We can use the abilities to try to awaken here. But first, to maximize our turn, we're going to attack with this first so that we can get generated +1. Let's discard a Prideful Transformation as we don't really need it. And then we can draw 2 here. And so it looks like we drew 2 more cards. From here, we can actually not have to worry about these. We can use the Spirit Boost ability. We're going to Spirit Boost here, and then that's going to clear our Unison, and that's going to allow us to basically pay the cost for free. So what we're going to do is pay the 2 Z energy. Okay, from the Z Leader's standpoint, we can pretty much use the ability to bottom deck our ape. So let's bottom deck an ape here that we might need. That's going to let us restand our Z Leader and then declare an attack and draw a card, which we already did. And then from here, we can attack, do more stuff that are pretty good. Let me see what else we can do here. The only thing we haven't done yet for this particular archetype is to be able to play these Kid Icarus. So we can do the Icarus move here, or the Higher Dragon, to pretty much power up the apes here. If we do have this ape, for example, and it's on the board, we can use the Spirit Boost mechanic to restand and then do this pretty much play, and then restand him and attack again, assuming you have a Unison out there. We did the sequencing all wrong because this is a yellow deck, so it's going to require a lot of setup. So we do need our opponent to interact with us so that we can maximize our ability. But that's something you could do. You can restand himself to pretty much save the Higher Dragon from being attacked. This one lets you look at the top 5 cards, and then you get a +2 basically. So a big hand size in a big yellow deck, so I can imagine this deck is going to be pretty useful. And then you can return this back to your hand. You can also use this ape as well to restand as well, so long as you're able to pay the energy to do so. But yeah, I don't think there's really much else to say. This is another Z Unison deck, Z Unison card that you can play, but it's pretty lackluster in my opinion. But yeah, there's really not much to say with this leader. But yeah, this leader, I can see this leader being really useful in terms of yellow, because it does draw a lot of cards, and so because you're able to draw so much card, you're able to see your options a lot better. But yeah, that's gonna be all for the gameplay video, and I hope you guys enjoy the video, and I'll see you guys on the next yellow spoiler.